The Alberta independence movement is gaining a ton of momentum.
The group driving a petition for a referendum on Alberta independence, now actively holding town halls, collecting signatures. And we heard from Economist Moshe Lander off the top on how all of this talk of potential separation could have a trickle-down impact on the province. Alan, how do you see dialogue around this playing in the business community, especially if this petition is successful and the government sends it to a referendum?
Yeah, I think many of us sort of overlooked this and we thought, oh, there's nothing to be concerned about. And I'm hopeful that there is still nothing to be concerned about. But the sentiment is growing. We're seeing, 18 to 35-year-olds.
She's right. The sentiment is certainly growing. I mean, there are a ton of very long lines. I'll show a little bit of that later in the video. But this movement's becoming too big to ignore, even for the people that would be opposed to it.
Growing sentiment toward this, which is just interesting to see this happen. Within the business community, I know the mid-sized businesses here in Alberta are many entrepreneurs, many family-run businesses, lots of entrepreneurs who are impacted by the federal government decision-making around the industry here. I don't believe we're going to really lose major investment at this point because, like I said, I'm hopeful it's not a real risk. But people are talking about it. And I think the important thing is we need to just listen to people.
I think we're at the point now where it is from her words, a real risk. If you're pro this happening, you wouldn't consider that a risk. You'd probably say that as an opportunity, Alberta leaving Canada. But obviously for the people that want Alberta to stay, it would be a risk. I definitely think we're at that point. I think there's going to be a referendum.
We need to consider different ideas, which you guys are great at doing as a media station. So yeah, different opinions, different rumblings. And I've been very focused on work and not so focused on this, but I think that's kind of what I'm hearing in the community.
Well, and Alex, in the wake of the successful Forever Canadian petition, what degree of debate do you see shaping up over this push?
So that Forever Canadian petition is sort of the opposite, a petition that wants Alberta to remain in Canada.
I think I'm in the same boat. I think we were all a little bit surprised to see that it has become the talker that it has been. I think we all dismissed this for a long time, kind of poo-pooed the idea that this would gain steam. And to be clear, I don't think we're in the neighborhood yet of Alberta actually being in danger of separating. But the fact that this is such a conversation that
I actually don't think we're there yet either, but I definitely think we're in the realm of a referendum happening, and it can gain momentum. Obviously, Brexit, the last time this was with Quebec, they almost left. I definitely think we're in the realm of a legitimate vote happening, and then we will see what happens.
Our teams forming, on both quote unquote side, is going to have an impact. And Alberta doesn't have to vote to separate before we start seeing an economic impact, a social impact, a political impact. And so the fact that this has gained steam, I think, is surprising. These petitions, are building huge teams. They're building volunteers. They're building databases of people who are on, believe in what they're doing. And so, again, this is it's galvanizing the argument on both sides. So should this go to a referendum, this is the organizing that needs to be done. We're already seeing happen in real time.
Before we get to some footage of the very long lines, people waiting in the cold to sign these petitions to have a referendum for Alberta to leave Canada, we'll get one more take here from someone who definitely sounds like they're against the idea of Alberta leaving.
All right, from an economic standpoint, what kind of impact or even consequences would you expect to see coming with an independence referendum in Alberta?
I'll make it very simple for you. Anybody in economics that can put forward an argument for why there should be this question, let alone the results of this question, I'll show you an unemployed economist. There is no compelling argument for why separation would be good for Alberta. And if you can find me micro scenarios where this might work out, I will give you a macro load of ways in which it will go terribly badly for the province.
In driving his...
So, from this guy's point of view, he thinks Alberta should stay. He also thinks people that think Alberta should leave are just incorrect. Now we'll get to some of those lines.
As you can see behind me, there are hundreds of people lined up to sign a petition. What's the question? Should Alberta separate from the rest of Canada?
you can see the line. Like, the lines are there everywhere.
They are there all over Alberta. There was a huge one in Edmonton today, or maybe just outside Edmonton. We'll get to that. But these lines are popping up all over the province.
Event doesn't matter, small town, big city, medium city, the lines are there.
This is one of over 30 similar events being held across the province in January. Brandy Bowman showed up because she says she's tired of Western Canada being ignored.
We're not your enemy. We've actually done a lot for you guys, so now we're just going to do it alone. We could actually prosper for the first time in years without having to run through Ottawa's red tape, which we're sick of.
So that was Red Deer. We'll take a look at a smaller town here. This a few days ago.
Monday night in the rural Alberta town of Millet, less than an hour south of Edmonton, people here are lining up near the community centre out the door for one thing, to support a petition calling for an Alberta independence referendum.
Yeah! I mean, this petition needs around 177,000 signatures by May, by I believe the beginning of May. I think they're going to blow through that goal. These lines are everywhere.
Throughout the evening, the line to get in grew longer, going eventually around the block. When Albertans did arrive, they signed the petition and had the opportunity to listen to an information session by organizers. Stay Free Alberta is the group leading the signature phase.
They may get this petition, the signature goal, in the first couple weeks. That would send, I think, a strong message to Canada. Final clip for this video. This is from today.
He sent me this video. This was 5 minutes after Rundle Park started taking signings this morning. You can see the sun over here on the right just creeping up. They started taking signatures at 10 a.m. Take a look at this lineup, folks. Tell me this doesn't blow your mind.
And yeah, I won't play the entire video because it does go, this line goes for a long time. But I think at this point, you understand my point that these lines are all over Alberta. This is not just an isolated event in one city or in one town. These lines are the norm, not the exception. We will see what happens. This story will definitely be one to follow. But with that said, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.